What to do when you are stuck in a bad mood. I put up a poll last week and I just asked people, do they find it really hard to snap themselves out of a bad mood? And literally like everyone said yes. Now, I am someone who is usually like 99% of the time in a very good mood. And I am not here to promote toxic positivity. Like, feel your feelings, and it's absolutely normal to be in a bad mood sometimes. But if you're someone who feels like you are constantly in a bad mood and you cannot seem to snap yourself out of it, this is why I'm going to talk about this a little bit today. Now, Narissa had a week last week where I swear to God, I haven't had a week like that in so long. When I say I wanted to pack in my entire job last week and just give it all up, I was not being dramatic. And I have not had a week like that in a very long time. I felt like for every one step forward last week, I was taking 3 steps back, and I was banging my head against a brick wall. Every little bit of work or anything I was trying to do, it was like just when I was making a bit of headway in it, something would pull me back again. Now I'm in a little bit of a better mood this week. I usually notice a pattern with things like this. When life gets really tough, like really testing you, it's usually the universe testing you to see if you really want this. They're like, are you going to pack it in or are you going to keep going? And I just was like, okay, I'm going to keep going, and managed to turn things around by the end of the week. And then obviously didn't want to throw it all away. There was also a few other things going on last week. Like I got my attunement to Reiki 2 weeks ago. And I felt amazing when I first got it. I was like, everything's connected and love and everything's great, right? And I had this the last time when I got my level 1. And I feel like last week, it was pulling up all of these feelings that needed to come to the surface. Now, I did a post recently on, in order to heal, you need to feel. Now, it's not the easiest when you're going through the shit to actually feel all the feelings. But last week, there was feelings coming to the surface for me that I have not felt in a very long time. Like very long time. I mean, like self-sabotaging thoughts. We're talking, I had like crazy insecurity coming up. There was like all of these really like self-destructive thoughts were coming to the surface last week, and I was just like, what the hell? Crazy thoughts, like really like insecure thoughts about my business and stuff like that, like, and really self-doubting myself last week, which normally I am not like that at all. No matter what is getting thrown at me, I'm actually usually very good at responding and not reacting. And I just felt like last week, every time something happened, it was kicking me when I was already down, and I was really struggling. Like, I cried so much last week, and then I was doing a yoga class on YouTube over the weekend, and the yoga teacher was like, it's gonna be okay, and I literally was just in floods of tears. I was like, I know it's gonna be okay, but it's fucking hard when you're going through it. So last week was really tough, and I think all them feelings needed to come to the surface because they needed to be released, and I hadn't felt some of them in so long that I was like, whoa, I didn't realize that was still buried down there. And the other thing was, hormones were definitely playing a role in last week's episode of Narissa's life. And another thing was obviously everything going on, eclipses and moons and all of this stuff, and Mercury retrograde, whether you believe in it or not, it's up to you. But you can say it's an excuse, or you can say the fact that everyone is feeling all kinds of ways these weeks has to say something. But anyway, it was just a lot last week, right? And there was days where I kept going, I just need to get through today and get to tomorrow, and I'll be grand. And I kept waking up, and normally I bounce out of bed and I'm really excited for the day, but last week I was struggling big time, and I got up and I still wasn't feeling like I wanted to slay the day. So one of the days I was like, right, I'm done with this. I need to change the energy here. We need to get this gone, right? Because I'm sick of wallowing in self-pity now. I'm over it. Like, I just want to get back to feeling good. So mainly because when I am feeling good, I attract more good things to myself. Whereas when I'm feeling bad and negative, I was attracting all of the negative things to myself. And I was like, I don't want any of this bad juju anymore. This needs to go. Bye, Felicia. So when I say what to do when you're stuck in a bad mood, everyone is going to have their things. But what I will say, and what I talked about in a podcast last week, was I actually said, I find it very hard when I'm in a mood like that to just sit there and meditate, or sit there and breathe, or sit there and do something that's stillness, right? It's not that I'm trying to run away from the feelings. I can attest to the fact that I sat with the feelings a lot last week. But when you need to move the energy and it's stuck and it's stagnant, you have to move your body. You just have to move. You can shake, you can dance, you can run. And I don't mean run a 5K or run anything. Like literally go out with some music on and just run for a while. Do something to move the energy in your body. And instantly you're going to feel a little bit better. I actually personally do not like cardio, right? Unless it's Irish dancing. I don't like cardio. I love lifting weights and I love yoga, right? But when I'm in a mood like that, there's something very therapeutic about getting your heart rate up and just sweating and literally being out of breath. It's a great way of moving the energy. The next thing, if you're into it, sage. Sage yourself, because sage clears all of the negative energy. Palo Santo is for the positive energy, okay? So that is something that I do regularly, especially actually if I come in after a very social day where I feel like I've taken on a lot of people's energy. I'll come in and I'll sage myself and I'll say the mantra, I release any energy that is not mine. And I'll say that 3 times and I instantly feel better. I've done that before after really bad days and literally got chills, like shivers up my spine, and felt better. I was like, whew, okay, bye. Have a shower. This is one of the most underrated things, okay? If I'm in a bad mood or I start the day and everything seems to be going against me, I will stick on the immersion and I will go for a shower and I will make sure that my head is underneath the water, right? Whether you want to believe in this from a cleansing your aura standpoint, or whether you want to believe in this in there's something magical about a shower stopping that habit loop of thoughts in your head, it works miracles. Get outside. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just get outside. The change of environment is going to do you wonders. There's been times I've been stuck at the laptop and I'm trying really hard to get through something. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to keep plugging onto this and plugging on. And I wasn't getting anywhere. And I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to go for a little walk around the block. And the minute I came back then, it's like my head was cleared and I was able to just concentrate again. So even if you're someone who feels like you need to be doing 12 hours at the laptop, change the environment for a little bit of time and it will do wonders for your head. Positive affirmations. When I say, I have not had to do this in a while. I have affirmations that I work with when I'm doing Reiki sessions on myself, okay? And I have affirmations saved on my phone with regards to my goals. But when I say I had to listen to an entire 15-minute track last week of positive affirmations while I was out walking, just to snap me out of the habit loop of negative thoughts in my head, like I literally was like, oh my God, I need something audible in my ears. And to repeat it, because there is power in words, whether you're saying them physically or whether you're saying it in your head. There is power in them words. They are attracting things to you and you need to change the narrative. Do something that you enjoy doing. This sounds so stupid, right? But for me, something I really, really enjoy doing, and it's so underrated, is just actually going and getting myself a coffee and just sitting down and reading a book for a few minutes. Like I did that last week where I genuinely went to a coffee shop and just sat there. I think I got like a chai latte or something, and I just sat there for a few minutes and I really savored the coffee and I really savored the book, because it was a book I was really enjoying, and I was like, I actually just feel better. It was just something so small to make me feel a little bit better that again managed to stop that negative habit loop in my head. Listen to uplifting music, okay? I love when I want to go and cry. I have a playlist that I will listen to, but if I'm stuck in a bad mood and I'm wallowing in it and I can't get out of it, I'm not going to listen to my fucking sad playlist. I am going to listen to some music that's going to feel uplifting, and actually, because there's energy in music as well. If you're constantly listening to like heavy metal and stuff like that, that has an impact on you, okay? You're constantly listening to aggressive music, stuff like that has an impact on you. Find music that's uplifting, that makes you want to sing along, it makes you want to dance, okay? And dance if you want. Again, as I said, move your body. The more you can move your body, the better. And the last thing I'll say is laugh. And I know when you're in foul humor and you're stuck in a loop, the last thing you want to do is laugh. And this is the one time I'm actually going to promote scrolling a little bit. For me, Garen Noon. like religious will just put him on and I will be howling laughing, and that snaps me out of it. Find someone that makes you laugh and just listen to it. Or maybe it's a podcast, like a funny podcast. Go and listen to something that's actually going to make you laugh, and that is going to raise your energy, it's going to raise your vibration and stop this negative loop. Let me know in the comments what one was your favorite one, and if you have any other tips, let me know. And have a lovely day.